Today's session is brought to you by Arizona Half and Half Iced Tea Lemonade. The perfect combination to provide you with hydration.
I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty.
Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Ian, and this is Lucas, and we are the founding yappers of America. On last week's segment, we went over John Adams and his pet alligator, whom he kept in an unfinished White House bathroom. Today we'll be talking about the national seal, the bald eagle.
The story begins in 1776, shortly after the Declaration of Independence was signed. 3 of the founding fathers were tasked with coming up with a seal for our nation, beginning with Thomas Jefferson, who wrote the Declaration of Independence, and would later become the 3rd U.S. president and become famously known for the Louisiana Purchase from France. Second was John Adams, who we also covered in last week's episode, who would later become the vice president under George Washington and then the 2nd United States president. And lastly, Ben Franklin, who was a scientist, inventor, politician, and U.S. ambassador to France during the Revolutionary War.
The 3 founding fathers would debate and fail to come up with a valid design, as would 2 other committees. Later, the Secretary of Congress, Charles Thomson, would step in and decide on the bald eagle, as since the bald eagle had been a sign of power and strength since Roman times. Along with the bald eagle, the design for the national seal featured a scroll in the eagle's mouth that read E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one. The eagle also had an olive branch, a sign of peace, in one claw, and 13 arrows, a sign of war and hardship, in the other. However, Benjamin Franklin did not approve of the bald eagle being representative of America, as he would later write in a letter to his daughter, "I wish the bald eagle had not been chosen as the representative of our country. He is a bird of a bad moral character, like those among men who live by sharping and robbing. He is generally poor and often very lousy. The turkey is a much more respectable bird, and withal true, original native of America." All right, so we've talked about the opinions of Jefferson, Thompson, and Franklin. If you were of the Congress, what would you have chosen? What would have been your opinion on what the national seal should have been?
Well, having grown up in America today, I feel like it's kind of hard to imagine anything except for the bald eagle being a sign, right?
Absolutely.
But I'd imagine it should probably be some other sort of bird, since birds represent freedom. But as for Ben Franklin preferring the turkey over the bald eagle, I just think that's kind of crazy, because, like, you know, it'd be weird having, like, our country being represented by a bird that we eat every year for Thanksgiving.
I mean, you think about it. You think about a turkey, and you think about a bald eagle. A bald eagle demonstrates strength, like we have talked about of these famous people.
Yeah.
But when you look at a turkey, you think about, oh, Thanksgiving, or you think about, like, how ugly they are.
Yeah.
Like, it's something definitely Franklin should have thought about before he said. I definitely do feel. But in response to my own question, I would say our national seal could have been a buffalo. Now, if we had known what would happen in the future, where, like, thousands of them were dying, I don't think that would have been good. But a buffalo definitely defined, I should say, what's just freedom looked like, where they would just roam about the fields. I don't know, that would be my opinion.
Yeah. Since the bald eagle has been chosen as the national seal and national bird, it has been featured on many items or buildings, such as on military buttons, plaques, entrances to government buildings, and in the National Archives. Along with this, the national seal, or just a bald eagle in general, can be seen on the $1 bill, along with dollar, half-dollar, and quarter coins. However, the bald eagle is not only on modern currencies, as it was originally featured on a copper cent from Massachusetts, even before the national seal was even chosen.
Despite being such an outstanding symbol of our nation, the bald eagle once became endangered and threatened with extinction, these being through their habitat being destructed, illegal poaching, and consumption of insecticides. President John F. Kennedy would write to the Audubon Society, an organization concerned with protecting endangered animals, saying, "The Founding Fathers made an appropriate choice when selecting the bald eagle as the emblem of our nation. The fierce beauty and proud independence of this great bird aptly symbolizes the strength and freedom of our great country, America. But as later day citizens, we shall fail our trust if we permit the eagles to disappear." Alright, so Lucas, who in your life would you say is a bald eagle? Who shows strength when someone needs it?
You know, Ian, I would say that, not just for me, but for all of us, I'd say a real bald eagle in our lives, a sign of strength, would be Mr. Youngmeyer.
Absolutely.
Just throughout the whole semester, he's been nothing but guiding and inspiring to all of us. I mean, and not just the symbolic relations anyways, or either. He's also looks wise too, you know? Bald eagle, bald head.
White.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about him, besides the fact that he doesn't have feathers and doesn't lay eggs. Like, he's basically a bald eagle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody, in my mind, there's nobody that compares to him. Like, you think about those characteristics, like, it's truly incredible. So we've talked about a lot of things today, from Brent Franklin glazing turkeys, our traditional Thanksgiving meal, to the bald eagle being endangered, and just exactly what the eagle symbolizes throughout the coins, throughout the archways, throughout the many things that it symbolizes. And as we know, and as you know now, I'm Ian, this is Lucas, and we are the Founding Yappers of America. See you next episode.